Pakistan is a vast and diverse country, inhabited by 153.5 million people. 23 million of the country's inhabitants are under the age of 5. Indeed, the increase in population is so rapid that 5 million children come into the world each year. However, the everyday life of the younger generation, the country's future, does not seem to meet the basic needs of childhood and adolescence. It appears the action of the government alone does not suffice so as to ensure the basic needs of this ever-growing population. And nor does it fulfill its obligations to protect the rights of its citizens. As a result, many children, and women in particular, are faced with lack of education and health facilities, illiteracy, child labor, early marriage, domestic violence, and even honor killings.
Poverty is the mother of so many social evils, and poverty alleviation is the basic thing. Population, the control of population is the another primary thing. So we are working on these two issues with the help of donor agencies, international organizations.
13% of the Pakistani population lives on less than $1 per day. Poverty urges many children to work hard in order to enhance the family income, and as a result, child labor is tolerated by many people. According to unofficial estimates, there are 8 million children working in the country. Poverty creates a vicious circle, as working children do not have the time to go to school. Illiteracy perpetuates poverty and robs the children of hope for a better future. One visit to the so-called brick people indeed reveals more than words could ever do. There are about 2 million brick people all around the country. Most of these people are non-registered citizens. And even when they are registered, the fact that they come from different regions makes them invisible for the local system, as far as basic services and rights are concerned.
ਮਜ਼ਦੂਰੀ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਮਜ਼ਦੂਰੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਤੇ ਬਸ ਆਪਣਾ ਵਕਤ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਪਏ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਵਕਤ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਨਿਭਾਉਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਡਿਸਪੈਂਸਰੀਆਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਫਰੀ ਹੋਣ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਤਰਫੋਂ ਔਰ ਸਕੂਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਲੀਮ ਦੇਣ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਾ ਸਕਣ ਇਹ ਮਜ਼ਦੂਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪ ਦਾ ਪੇਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਲਦਾ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਉਣ
For these people, the day begins before the crack of dawn. Adults and children wake up while it is still dark. They have breakfast and prepare for work. By the time the sun is up, everybody is already working in the brick kilns. Despite the fact that Pakistan's national law prohibits slavery and child labor, and that the country has ratified the ILO Convention on the worst forms of child labor, and has adopted a national plan for its abolition, the situation of child labor in Pakistan continues to be a cause of grave concern. The heavy burden of family debt is very often shared with children, and therefore it is very frequent that from a very tender age, children are required to work so as to support their parents in their efforts to pay off their debts. In the brick kilns, where bonded labor has also been reported, one entire family is paid 150 Pakistani rupees, about 2.15 euros, for every 1,000 bricks made. A direct consequence for children in situations of child labor is that they do not go to school. In the case of rural Darvesh Kot, however, where these brick kilns are, there is no school for them to go to anyway. This area does not have a hospital either.
हाँ बच्चे नहीं पढ़ सकते निके निके बच्चे नाल को लोदे सटे बुटी में से उड़ा सारे देखो किसे गाल को चाहिए कपड़ा भी है इको बच्ची है बच्चे फौत हो गए ऑपरेशन ना होने भी खर्चा भी नहीं देंदे थे काम बहुत लेंदे ने पूरा भी नहीं देंदे नहीं गवर्नमेंट तो नहीं काम कर रही आपसे तो आपके अमदाद ही चाहिए
In the nearby village of Ramkot, there are schools for both boys and girls. In the school for boys, classes are taught in the schoolyard throughout the year, with the exception of the summer months when the heat is unbearable and classes are moved indoors. Discipline remains the main characteristic of school life. However, girls are also equally disciplined. The building they now use as a school used to be a barn. It was only 3 years ago that this building was transformed into a school, and this was achieved with the help of a local NGO. It would be false to claim that this is a situation faced only by children who live in villages and rural areas. There are many children in the country's urban centres that are also obligated to work. Girls usually work as domestic helpers, many times assisting their mothers, while boys work in a range of formal or informal activities. Instead of going to school and enjoying the carefree life of a child, a large number of children work really hard in order to contribute to the family income. They are as professional and effective as an adult would be, and sometimes even more passionate, as they subconsciously replace their lost play with work. The money they earn is negligible. It provides for a difficult daily survival, yet robs the children of the opportunity to invest in their future through education. Attending school is not an option for these urban working children either.